everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to the success story session. Today we have with us Miss Prerna who has cleared the SEBI Grade A from the legal stream. She is an inspiration for all of us, and today we will understand and we will learn from her journey of becoming the SEBI Grade A officer. So first of all, heartiest congratulations to you Prerna for clearing the examination, the most coveted job I can say.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your wishes.
So how you are feeling and how is the feeling? Like the feeling has sunk in now?
It's definitely a great feeling. I think I'm happy. I'm relieved because this is something I wanted to do since really long and it has finally happened. So I'm happy and relieved now.
And what was the reaction of your family when you told them that at last you have cleared the examination?
So they were just right standing there when I opened the PDF. My mother started crying like for some time. She got emotional. My father was happy, and then both of them started calling our family members and informing them.
Nice. So, can you share your educational background with the students out there?
Yeah. I did my undergraduation in law from Gujarat National Law University, Gandhinagar in 2021. After that, I did my post graduation in criminal law from Nirma University. After that, I worked at Reliance Industries Limited for about 5 months. And in the month of January last year, I resigned from that job. And since then, I have been preparing for this examination.
Okay. And why did you think about like leaving your job and giving the examination for SEBI and such?
Ma'am, I appeared for this examination last year as well. And since then, this has been my dream to join SEBI. When I started working, I realized that I won't be able to give sufficient time to the preparation with a full time job, which is why I thought of leaving my job and started focusing only on this examination.
Okay. And were there any struggles that you faced because leaving, like not going forward with your private sector job and leaving the job, preparing for the SEBI for 2 years? So, were there any struggles that you faced during your preparation journey?
Struggles, yes. I think every aspirant goes through certain challenges and struggles. There's a lot that goes in their minds. There's uncertainty, and there's also a thought that if you're not able to make it, will you land up a job in a private sector? So there's uncertainty in your mind, and despite of all this, you need to put efforts into studying. So you need to be mentally strong while you're preparing for this, and just try to tackle what's going on in your mind. This was the only struggle, I think. I enjoyed preparing for it. I didn't really face a lot of problems preparing for it, but just to keep myself calm and positive.
And like, were there any reaction from your relatives or from your friends that why you are leaving the private sector job when you have got such a good job or when you have done your graduation and post grad from such good colleges?
Ma'am, actually, not a lot of people knew about it, that I will be appearing for this examination. And yeah, they got to know that I've left my job. But I think they were supportive. My parents were supportive. Friends have always been supportive and they have been there in tough times. Relatives, yes, I mean, they have also been supportive and they have been only waiting for this. And like today, everyone is happy. So it was all positive. At least
Nice.
it didn't come to me. Any negativity didn't come to me. So
So your parents were quite supportive and they shielded you from any kind of negativity, I can say.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Nice. And like the unsung hero in your journey will be?
Definitely my parents. I think they only motivated me to leave my job and started focusing only on one goal. And not just in this phase, but since my childhood, I've always been interested in studies. So they have always motivated me to pursue my career and be ambitious. So they have always been there.
Really nice. Now, can you share some of your learnings from your preparation journey?
Yes, ma'am. So in the last 2.5 years that I have actually, like after my graduation, first thing I got to know that uh, you need to work really hard to achieve your dream because there's immense competition out there. To make a mark for yourself, you need to outstand others, and for that, you need to work hard. There's no other option than working hard.
True.
Second, I also realized that having a backup plan is important, I think. Sometimes it provides you that comfort and it like it helps you to get rid of that pressure that, okay, if something doesn't happen, you have a backup plan. So I think that was also important thing which I learned during that time. um, Third thing is that we need to be acceptable to changes around you, because this time syllabus got changed for the phase two. And earlier I was actually thinking of judiciary as a career option, and then I did a pivot to SEBI. So I think it's very important that you accept changes, and change in plan is also okay. I mean, I also feel that.
True. Now, this is your second attempt in the SEBI Grade A Legal stream. When you didn't clear the examination in the first attempt, were you feeling demotivated? And if you were feeling demotivated, how you kept yourself up? How you were able to prepare again? Like how you started your journey for the next attempt?
Ma'am, I won't say that I was demotivated. I was disheartened for a few days. I was not demotivated because in the last attempt, I think I did not give my 100%. So, and I was only short of 2 marks to reach the interview stage. So I thought that if with this level of preparation I could reach here, if I give my 100%, I will definitely be able to make it. So I was just waiting since then for the next opportunity to come. And also at that time, I was pursuing my post graduation. So I was distracted towards studies for LLM. So it didn't really affect me so much.
And like in the previous attempt, there were only objective questions, and now in this attempt there was also the descriptive part that was introduced. So were you
Yeah.
worried about that?
No, no, not at all. I was not worried because again, I had proper strategies this time. Firstly, to read Bare Acts multiple times. That actually helps you to remember provisions, remember keywords, and that will again reflect in your answers. So I was not at all worried. It was perfectly fine for me. With
And
proper strategy, you would be able to attempt that section.
true, if any of the changes are coming in the preparation journey or in the whole course, we can say the notification, so yes, you have to be prepared for that. And the hard work, there is no substitute for hard work, like you already have said. So you have to
Yeah.
do hard work, and then you will be able to clear if you are putting your hard work, putting your dedication towards it. So now
Plus,
is
I also feel there's no other option than to accept it, right? If you want this to happen, you need to accept it and start studying. So you need to be mentally strong and just be positive.
true, true, true. Now, were there any low points in your journey? And if there were, how you were able to get above those points?
Again, I feel every aspirant goes through many low points. This journey is a solo journey. You have to go through it alone. I think I left my job in the month of January. So, and notification was out in the month of June.
Hmm.
So between that time, it was difficult because there was no news regarding the notification. And I think then after the interview, until the results were out, because it took really long for the results to come out, it was more than 2 months. So that time was also difficult because again, we didn't know what will happen. So these were two lowest phases, I think. But again, you need to keep yourself motivated. I saw many motivational videos on YouTube, and I used to just spend time studying. So that way, I was just confident that if I'm studying so much, I will definitely be able to clear it.
Nice. Now, I think we have got to know about your journey towards the SEBI Grade A. Now,
Yeah.
let's start with the strategy and first starting with the phase one. So, phase one has paper one, that is the GA, English, Quant, and Reasoning. So, how did you prepare for that? Were you focusing on all the subjects or did you choose something?
No, I didn't focus on all the subjects. Reason was that I only need to meet the cutoff at this stage, and my focus was phase two. So I started my phase one preparation a month before the final exam, which was on 5th of August. So I focused on my strengths basically, which was English and reasoning. I worked on these two areas, and just to be on a safer side, I prepared important topics from point section. I thought that it will be too vast for me to cover general awareness section, so I skipped that. And just by being aware of what's going around you, you will be able to attempt 3, 4 questions. So I didn't really focus on it.
Okay.
That was my strategy.
And which topics or which subjects you were focusing on?
I was focusing. So, ma'am, I had my education in English medium only. So, English has always been my strength. I just solved questions to get an idea like what kind of questions might be asked in the exam. So, for English, I only did that. For reasoning, yes, I prepared extensively. I went through every topic that would come in the examination, especially puzzles. I solved a lot of puzzles because it's time consuming.
Mm.
For maths, I only did important topics like number system, series, and all that. I don't exactly remember topics now, but yeah,
Okay.
these things.
So we can say it's like you actually prepared. Like some of the students, they have this belief that they do not need to prepare. They will just see it in the final examination and they will be able to clear. So, but
No, I don't think that's okay because if you are prepared and then you go for exam, the confidence level is different, right? You know that you have worked so much, so you will be able to attempt it, and there's only 1 hour to attempt that thing. So in that 1 hour, you need to be really quick in attempting, and that will only come with practice.
true. So it's like even if you are focusing on two subjects or three subjects, you should be prepared for those three subjects at least if you are leaving the
Yeah,
other one. So true.
yeah.
Now coming to the paper two, that is that is the legal stream. So were you doing the integrated preparation of the paper two for the phase one and phase two, or were you leaving some of the topics?
Uh, Ma'am, actually, so because I appeared for this examination last year as well, and phase one preparation was quite similar. I mean, the phase one paper two syllabus was quite similar as the last time only. So I was prepared with some of the topics, but I went through every topic. I revised it. So it was easier for me, which is why I started my preparation just a month back.
Mm.
But again, I would advise not to skip any topic because it's scoring. The legal sections are scoring.
Okay. And if we talk more about the legal section, and in the phase two also, the legal stream paper is there. So how were you preparing for that? What were the, like, what was the main source? Like you were saying about the Bear Act. So,
Yeah. For the law, I relied mostly on bare acts. Before the exam, I went through at least 4 to 5 times every bare act. So bare act, and had also taken a course in some other organization. I went through the course materials also. That was just to revise what I studied from the bare acts and solve questions. That's it.
okay. And do you think that the section numbers are important from the Bear Act because there are so many section numbers? So should the students remember them or not?
As a general rule, it is not important and it's not even possible to remember every section number. But this time in phase two, there were many provisions asked directly based on section numbers. So I can only say that you would be able to attempt by multiple readings. If you read a single bare act at least 4 to 5 times, you will remember, you will have an idea that, okay, this provision might lie somewhere here. So that way you would be able to attempt and remember section numbers of important provisions. Like in IPC, you should know the section number of sedition, like these things. Remember important sections and try to read multiple times. That's it.
So we can say maybe not for the phase one, but for the phase two, at least you should have the like multiple readings of the Bear Act so that you are able to go through the and give the answers for the section numbers also if there is any
Yeah,
question.
yeah,
Okay, so you didn't memorize any of the section numbers separately, but you did multiple readings, so you were able to attempt the questions.
yeah,
Okay, so now coming to the descriptive part of the examination. In the phase two, there are three questions that you have to attempt in the descriptive part. So, how
yeah.
they were, like you were able to attempt the questions sufficiently or and meet the word limit, or were you facing trouble in the descriptive questions?
Ma'am, questions were asked from basic concepts only, so I was able to attempt. Just to mention few questions, one question was that explain any kind of evidence, 5 kind of evidences under the Indian Evidence Act. Question was also on doctrine of corporate veil and lifting of corporate veil. So these are like basic concepts, and yeah, there's 1 hour to attempt 3 questions, so you would be able to write proper answers in that time. So you would be able to meet the word limit also. You just need to be thorough with concepts and do multiple readings because, for example, in Companies Act, a lot of doctrines are asked, which is not there in the Bear Act. So you should go through articles on the internet and just understand the concept and at least know little bit about every concept, because if question comes from that field you would be able to attempt it.
True, true. And like, so there are in total 5 questions, out of which you have to attempt three. So that is
Three.
a good like the leverage that is given to the students, that at
Mhm.
least they have some option to
They
skip a
have a
question.
liberty to skip two questions.
True.
Yeah.
So now there were 70 objective questions, and you get like you are getting not that much time to go through all the questions, and there is the limited time that is there. So was there too much pressure, or you were able to do every question sufficiently?
I did not have a pressure time wise. I think I went through every question twice in that time, so time was not a issue. But the pressure was that you need to really your accuracy level need to be really high to clear this stage, because maximum people get eliminated at this stage only.
Mm.
So pressure was to attempt as many questions and try to mark them rightly. So that was the pressure, to score as much as possible in the objective section.
Okay. And now coming to the paper one of the phase two. So, how, like, did you prepare for the English descriptive, or you were comfortable that, okay, I will be able to give it in the examination?
Ma'am, in the last attempt, I practiced for comprehension and pressy writing, so I was confident that I would be able to attempt it. For essay, yes, I went through important topics which I feel might be asked in essay. For example, there was G20 meeting at that time, and question was asked on like there were five topics. One was G20 also. Then there's question asked on women equality or gender equality. I mean, uh, also question was asked on mental health. So these are important things which one might predict that they can come in essay. So I used to read articles about it for essay writing. And for others, I thought I would be able to attempt it.
Okay. So now I think we have discussed the overall idea for the legal stream, for the legal examination, the paper two that is there. So do you want to add something regarding the paper two, that the students should be doing that so that they are able to get good marks, or they are able to like not feel the pressure in the examination?
Ma'am, as I already said, so in paper two, it's the legal section. So objective sections is quite scoring. You can actually get because one question carries 1 mark. So you, if you if your accuracy level is high, you would be able to score high in that section. Just do multiple readings of Barat's, and if you want to like refer anything else, you can refer study materials only to revise what's there in the Bear Act, because question directly asked from the Bear Act. So do multiple readings, and that way you would be able to score high. For descriptive, again, do multiple readings of the Bear Act and read articles on the internet for concepts.
Mm.
And that way you would be able to attempt that also.
Okay. So yes, you have described very well about the legal stream, how the students can prepare for that, as well as we have discussed about the other segments also. Now moving forward with the interview part. So how was the interview?
Ma'am, the interview panel, they are quite cordial. They make you comfortable. Interview was good. So there would be certain HR based questions. Uh, Also, because I had my master's in criminal law, most of the questions that were asked to me were from criminal law side only, and there were certain questions from securities law. From criminal law side, I was asked about criminal law amendment bills, like what is my opinion on it, what are the elements of crime, and what is the provision in the Indian Penal Code regarding mens rea. On securities law, I was asked what are derivatives, vicarious liability of SEBI, what are kinds of derivatives. I was also asked to mention any four recent news surrounding SEBI.
Okay.
So these were things that were asked to me. It's more of a personality test.
Mm. And do you think that the SEBI website is important for the interview part?
Yes, it is. It is very important because every terminology which you would come across in securities law, you would find it there. So you can actually make a note of every term and just know what that term means. For example, municipal bonds, REITs, InvITs, these are things which are mentioned on the website, and you would get an idea that, okay, what are these and what is SEBI doing with it? So you
Mm.
need to have basic idea about these concepts also. There are green bonds, ESG norms. These are things that you should know about securities market.
Okay, so we can say that you are preparing for the SEBI examination. Even if you are going from the legal stream, you should have some background knowledge or some basic knowledge, the financial knowledge that is required to be a part of SEBI, we can say. So
Yeah.
you have to go through SEBI and especially the current news that are related to SEBI.
Hmm.
And were
Right.
there any direct questions from your time period that you spent in the Reliance?
They just asked me if you worked in securities law in Reliance, and in that time, I actually did not work in the securities law area. It was more on Petroleum and Minerals Act and National Highways Act. So I mentioned that, and then they just asked me how's the work environment there. That's it.
Okay. And were there any questions on your hobbies or what were the HR type of questions that were asked?
Ma'am, HR based questions were not asked to me actually. It was just technical questions.
Okay. And how, like, when you entered directly, what was the environment? How was the panel? And what was the first experience when you went there?
Ma'am, I went inside with only one thought that I want to give my best. I've got this chance after too much of hard work. So I just want to put forth my best, and that was the only thought behind me. And panel were smiling. They just make you feel comfortable. So there's no need to panic. And I thought that I want to be calm and positive in the interview. So that was my mindset. So it all went pretty fine.
Were there any questions that you were not aware about, or the terminology that you were not aware about, that you said no for a question?
Yeah, just one question about vicarious liability of SEBI. So I started answering this from the point of law of torts, but they told me to answer it from the point of SEBI, and I was not sure about it. So I just said, ma'am, I'm not aware about it. So it was okay after that. Just one question I did not answer.
Okay. And were you feeling nervous after that, or you were comfortable that, okay, I have to tackle the next question in a better manner?
So that was the first question asked to me, which I did not answer. I was okay with it. I thought that if I don't know one answer, it won't make a difference. I need to do well in other questions. So I was okay with it. I was not panicking.
Really nice. And like before going for the final interview, did you give any mock interviews?
Yeah, I gave two mock interviews, one at EduTap and one at other organization. It was again a great experience. At EduTab, I got to know that you also need to be aware about basic functioning of RBI because there were too many questions asked from RBI's functioning also. So that way it helped me I prepared from RBI's website also. At least the basic functioning of RBI one needs to know. So the mock interviews are actually important because they help you to know what kind of questions might be asked to you.
Okay. So now, like any message that, like before the message, any kind of advice that you want to give to the aspirants out there that are preparing for the SEBI Grade A from the legal stream?
I would just want to say that this exam requires hard work. You need to put a lot of efforts because there are limited seats. And to make a mark for yourself, you need to really outperform others. And that can only happen by working hard. And it's not impossible. You need to just have a proper strategy and put your efforts accordingly, work hard, and you will definitely be able to make it.
Okay. And now, any message for any of the aspirants out there that are preparing for SEBI Grade A?
Every aspirant, ma'am, I think that every aspirant, basically, including me, they go through many undiscussed challenges, and we don't know, if it's actually a problem for others also. But I'm sure every aspirant goes through some problem or the others. And I mean, till Tuesday, even I was worried that what would happen, and after that. Results came out in my favor. So it was purely based on my hard work and based on my determination. So if you are determined that you really want to clear this examination, put your efforts accordingly and you will also come on the other side, right? So it's the journey from aspirant to officer is difficult. I understand that, but it's all worth it. So put your efforts accordingly, work hard, and if anyone needs any help, I will be ready to help them. So I can share my email ID with the team if that's okay. And I will be
Yes.
okay helping them.
The students, the aspirants, they can also comment down below in the comment section. And
Yeah.
as ma'am has said, Prerna has said that she will surely be able to help the students out there. Like instead of like directly through the comment section, you can share your concerns with Prerna. So
Yeah.
this is it, I guess. Now, this is the final part of the session. But before ending this session, I want to ask a question that many of the aspirants they find it difficult, like using social media or leaving it. Like, should we continue with the social media or should we leave it? So, this is the last question that I want to ask from you.
I think it completely depends upon person. I was there on social media even while I was preparing for it because at maximum one can prepare study for 8 hours, 9 hours, not more than that, and you need to relax after that. So if through social media you're able to achieve that, I think it's perfectly fine in a time bound manner. If you use it, it's perfectly okay, and it helps you to get in touch with your friends also. So that's also a way to keep yourself relaxed, right? So I think it's perfectly fine if used in a time bound manner.
True. So this is it, I guess. Now we are at the end of the session, and thank you so much, Prerna, for coming and giving such wonderful advice to the students out there. And I hope that they learn a lot from you, and they also comment below that if they face any concern in the preparation journey.
Yeah.
So thank you for your presence here. We are really glad to have you on our platform. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.